Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike at GameFromScratch and welcome to, well hell I don't know what to call this one. Basically, there is a sale going on right now, an annual sale, a sale that I normally partake in because, well, it's awesome. It's the Steam Summer Sale. Here we go. So this is the storefront for Steam every year, generally 1 or 2 times a year, 3 times, I don't know, summer and Christmas for sure. Steam have a big sale on all of their games, and basically I've bought them all. So I'm less and less excited about these sales every year because, well, like I said, I've bought everything I want. But what you probably didn't know, or you may not have known, is a whole lot of developer tools are now on Steam. And right now, a lot of them are on sale. So that's exactly what we're going to look at today. We're just going to highlight some of the developer tools that are out there and available and today on sale on Steam. Now, right now, it is Friday, the 24th of June. I don't know how much longer this sale is going. Okay, it's going on until July 4th. So you've got some time to deal with this. There are some daily specials and highlighted deals, so you're going to have to keep an eye on it yourself to see if something new pops up. But this is the stuff that's just flat out on sale right now. So let's jump right in no particular order, by the way. Our first thing is RPG Maker MV. Now, I picked MV because it's the newest version. Now, RPG Maker has been around forever. And basically, it is a game development tool for creating role-playing games in the JRPG style. So, you know, the whole Dragon Warrior started it kind of look. This has been around forever for doing it. Now, in addition to Maker MV, which again is the newest version, which brings the language over to becoming JavaScript, previous versions such as Ace used, I believe, Ruby, and going back further than that, I actually have no idea what they used. But they are game engines and editors that are specifically designed for making JRPG style role-playing games, and MV being the newest, as I've mentioned many times already. In addition to these, they've also got dozens and dozens and dozens of art asset packs for sale on the Steam store as well. Now, the neat thing about a lot of those assets is they don't need to be used in RPG Maker specifically, so you might want to check some of those out. But it's currently available for, what are we at? 45% off, or in Canadian pricing, that's looking at $48. So US, it's probably about 30, 35. Next up, we've got Game Maker Studio Pro. Now, one thing I should point out right away with both these titles and a lot of these that are going to come up is they repeatedly go on sale. So there's nothing magical or special about some of these deals other than they're on these deals. But if you miss them now, no doubt you will see them again. And I have seen Game Maker on sale many, many, many times. But basically, this is a plugin for Game Maker itself. This is a professional plugin that allows you to publish to additional platforms, gives you full functionality, etc. There's also their Master Collection, which gives you iOS, Android, Windows Phone 8, HTML5, etc. plugin, publishing capabilities. But Game Maker is currently 50% off. Again, I've seen this for sale all the time, so don't really rush out about this one unless you're already interested in picking up Game Maker. Next up, and this one again is on sale quite often, but this is actually a pretty good sale from what I've seen. A lot of times it's 33 or 50% off. Is Click Team Fusion is now off for 66% off. Now, I don't actually know a lot about Click Team Fusion. I've actually had a lot of requests for me to look into it. The pricing has always turned me off a little bit because you got to spend $40 on the base package and then all this money on the, so like iOS, for example, is $125 on sale, etc. But it is another game-making suite. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it, so I'm not going to go into any great detail there. But for my history of Steam sales, this is actually a pretty good sale. So if you've been looking at picking up Click Steam, it's not a bad one. These 25% off, so that's crap. I've seen that much or better many, many times. Another one, and this is actually not much of a sale, but one of my favorite programs on the list of things for sale is Substance Painter 2. Now, Substance Painter 2 was somewhat recently released, about a month ago, and it is awesome. I've done a video on Substance Painter, so check in my channel. There's a really good video showing you what Substance Painter brings to the table, but it is a physically based rendering texturing program and absolutely excellent. You might look at this price and go, $125 Canadian, so American, that's probably what, 35 cents. But the 25% off sale is about as much as I've seen taken off this product, and it's worth it at full price. This is a great program, especially if you're doing 3D texturing. And Substance is going to come up again as we keep going. Now, another one that's interesting, and I have actually no experience with this one yet, but I've been meaning to look into it, is Artisy Draft. Now, Artisy Draft is a program for game designers, not programmers, not artists, designers, just for creating things like dialogue trees for your story, your plot organization, etc. Very cool program that way, and very unique. Now, Artistry Draft 2 is fairly new. There's also Artistry Draft, the first version, and it's 50% off as well. I'm going to keep going before I completely lose my voice here. Now, another one we've got is App Game Kit. App Game Kit, I actually featured. I did a closer look at on App Game Kit, so if you want, check that out in my channel. But it is a combination of a C++ library and a development environment for creating games. You can also code in AGK Basic, which is over top of it all. So you can either buy this as a C++ library along the lines of SDL or SFML, or there's a higher level abstraction layer called, and again, their basic version. Basic programming language, not basic version. Confusing text I used there. Another release this week, and I know absolutely nothing about this one to be honest, is Marmoset Toolbag 2. And from what I can see, this looks a lot like, actually I don't really know. It's a combination between a shader viewer and Substance Painter. I don't really know where it fits in the middle. I am not an expert on this one. Even the description, Toolbag is the perfect tool for rendering real-time using a modern workflow. That just makes it sound like a renderer. Well, it's up here, real-time material editor and renderer. So I don't know. Is it a renderer like Pavre or RenderMan? It sounds like it actually. So that's, I guess, exactly what it is. Again, I don't know anything about this guy. I just know it's 40% off. Next up, we've got Game Guru. Now, Game Guru is all about 3D game programming for beginners. So it comes loaded with content, and there's all kinds of Game Guru packages out there. So it's kind of like an engine and a tutorial and tutorial content all bundled together. So if you're looking at getting into 3D programming but don't really want to jump in with all that programming part of it, then Game Guru is definitely something worth checking out. Now, again, though, this one's on sale all the time, so don't feel a whole lot of pressure to buy it now. Now to come back to Substance again. Remember Substance Painter I was singing the praises of just a few moments ago? Well, Substance Designer is its twin. Not really twin. Yeah, we'll go with twin. It is for creating materials. So you can create or recreate real-world materials, PBRs, physically based rendering materials that can then be used in Substance Painter or in other applications. So basically, it is for creating, it's a node-based texture compositing tool that allows you to create Substance files or bitmap texture. Glorified way of saying you can create real-world style materials that can then be used in Substance Painter or various game engine. Now, the nice thing about Substance Painter and Substance Designer is just about every single game engine out there supports them natively, so that's cool. Now, in the big time sale off category is CopperCube 5. Now, CopperCube 5 also sells itself as a non-programming game editor, but basically it is built over top of IRRLict, I think. At least it's the same developer as IRLict, but basically it is a editing environment for creating games. It's the editor that you would use, plus it's got node-based sort of scripting and programming. So basically it's a game engine and editor. It's one of those things I've been meaning to check out forever, and I just haven't yet for some reason. But this is a bona fide sale. This is as much as I've ever seen it for sale for, and I will probably pick it up at this price just so I can cover it sometime in the future. So you're looking at probably 10 to 15 bucks in US funds. This is a solid sale. Now, I've seen it on sale many times, but I've never seen it on sale this much. And also, it is being updated quite commonly. So this is a very well-supported application for the most part. Now, next up, in the other big-time sale category of 80% off is Leadworks. Now, Leadworks is also kind of that whole beginner-focused 3D no programming with all kinds of downloadable content available. As you can see, there's the various different packs. There's 6 total different packs available, but it is aimed at, let me bring up a picture of the editor, at 3D game creation again, and aimed towards the non-programmer market. But they've been adding a lot more lately. They actually just did a release on this on GameFromScratch.com today. They just really substantially improved their lighting, etc. So this is another engine that's under very active development, but it aims towards being useful towards the less programming endowed of us. Another 80% off sale is the Axis Game Factory. We're kind of in the same world again, actually. There's a lot of these 3D engines for I don't know, everybody kind of thing. Access Game Factory is really cool for basically creating levels only. You can really, well, actually, you can see it in the background here. Really cool level editor, very accessible, very powerful. And again, it has a ton of different packages and bundles available. And almost all of those are on sale. In this case, there are 85. So there's a lot of content out there for the Access Game Factory. And finally, also at 80% off, we've got GeoVox. Now, GeoVox is a landscape generator using voxel-shaped brushes. So you can quickly create terrains like this one. And the neat thing that the voxel allows you to do is to create underground sections, which is actually not commonly supported by landscape generators, such as Bryce, for example, because normally what they do is use something called a height map, and which enables you to only basically have one level of depth per, I guess we could say, vertical channel. Whereas this actually allows you to have caves, but it's pretty much a voxel-based level game editing environment. And you can export out, again, as a height map for use in other engines. Yeah, so that's it. That's my highlight of what's available for game developers as part of the Steam Summer Sale, but by no means is it comprehensive. There are a ton of content packs out there. Who knows on a daily basis what's going to change, but that is today what is for sale, and if it's a good deal relative to prior sales, etc. I hope you found that useful. See y'all later.